Hello and welcome back to my Walking Dead Rewrite. This episode will finish Season 5, so let's get into it. Season 5, Episode 9, What Happened and What's Going On. This episode would be mostly the same. The main deviation would be at Noah's old community. Tyrese wouldn't be with him, and instead it would be Bob and Sasha. The walker would get close to biting Bob, but Sasha would see them and put them down before it can bite Bob. Michonne would then come up with the idea of going to DC anyways. The group having nowhere else to go would go. Season 5, Episode 10 and 11. These episodes would remain the same. Season 5, Episode 12. This episode would be similar to our timeline, but without Carol there, I think Shane would not be trustworthy of Alexandria. So him, Rick, Daryl, and Merle would give up their guns but make a plan on getting them back. There would be more people that Deanna would interview. I think that the interviews of Shane, Merle, Beth, Tyrese, and Bob would be great scenes. Season 5, Episode 13, Forget. This episode would be mostly the same, but with character swaps. We would also see the jobs that the extra characters would get. Shane would be a cop alongside Rick and Michonne. Beth would replace Carol and be the cook. Tyrese and Bob would replace Tara on the supply runs. And Merle would be given a job just like Daryl. I believe, though, he would also help Aaron with bringing in new survivors. I believe that without Carol there, Shane would be the one to take the guns. When Sam sees him, instead of scaring him, he would lie and say he's making sure they were all there. He would then ask Sam if he would like cookies. Sam would say yes, and Shane would get Beth to make him some. Shane, during this, would sneak a pistol into his holster. Shane would take Carol's relationship with Sam, but not based out of fear, but kindness. Season 5, Episode 14, Spend. This episode would be very similar to the one in our timeline, except adding into Rick's scene with Jesse, Shane is talking to Sam in the background. Big changes during the supply run, when they are in the revolving door. The extra people would mean that everybody except Nicholas has two people in the door. When Nicholas would push his way through the door, it would open on the side that Bob and Noah are on. When it opens, Bob would push Noah out of the door as he gets swarmed. Tyrese would be the one holding on to Bob. Bob would say, "Tell Sasha to keep going and not let go," before letting go of Tyrese. They all would get out before they even leave the parking lot. Tyrese would beat the hell out of Nicholas, and the group would decide to leave him there. Season 5, Episode 15, Try. This episode would be the same, except there would be a scene of Tyrese telling Sasha what happened to Bob, and what he said. At the end, it would be Shane who would confront Pete and get into the fight. He wouldn't have the gun, though. When Deanna threatens to kick the group out, Rick would double down and point the gun at them and say, "I don't think so." Shane would then get off Pete to calm Rick down. When that doesn't work, he would knock him out just like Michonne did. Season 5, Episode 16, Conquer. This episode would be mostly the same. When we see Morgan, there is a man with him. This is where we are introduced to Eastman. And the wolf that would greet them is Nicholas. The other change would be at the end when Pete comes. He doesn't kill Reg, but instead he would accidentally kill Olivia. Without second thought, Rick would shoot Pete after Deanna gives him permission. He would then look up and see Daryl, Merle, and Aaron standing with Morgan and Eastman.